morning, YouTube. I obviously just woke up not too long ago. If you're watching this video, or if you watch my videos or similar videos, there is somebody that you currently are not right now that you want to become. There is a life that you do not have right now that you want. But the way in which you are going to become that person, or you're going to get that life, is to see past where you currently are at. And that's your issue. You can't. All you do is focus on the fact that you don't have the body, or you don't have the health, or you don't have the money, or you don't have the relationship, or your life is a mess right now. The negative circumstance, the circumstance that is in front of you right now, the more you focus and dwell and put so much time and intention and your feelings towards the things that you don't want in your life, that is what's going to keep you stuck. That is what's going to keep you falling off of things. That is honestly what happens when you try and start a new goal or a new habit and you keep going, and guess what? Then you start to look around for results, right? Or when you're working towards a new business idea or a side hustle, but it's not really being fruitful yet, so it makes you feel like crap. And when you feel like crap, you start to look at the negative and you start to say it's not working, or I can't have it. And you dwelling in that energy, in that vibe, affects the way that you wake up the next day and continue to work on that business or not. It affects the way you get out of your bed and continue to go to the gym, even though it might not be feeling the best right now. You allow your current circumstances to dictate your future, and that's where it needs to stop today. And I had made a reel on my Instagram, and it was like Alicia Keys. She was talking, I don't know, she was like on the radio or something, and it was just me sitting on my balcony. I just wanted people to hear what she was saying in the reel. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but she essentially says, we don't get what we want, we get what we believe. And you really have to think about that for a second. Everyone wants a better life. Everyone wants more money. Everyone wants health. Everyone wants amazing things. Why is it that we do not get certain things in our lives? Well, my belief and what's happened in my entire life is, depending on what it is that I actually believe that I can achieve and believe that I can get, even outside of whatever it is that's in front of me right now that's really shitty, that is going to dictate whether I actually get that thing or not. And I mean, we can talk about like the woo-woo manifestation, like energies and vibes and attracting things, but in a logical sense, if you believe that you will get the relationship, that you will be successful, that you believe in yourself, that you believe positive things in your life, that mindset is going to affect the way you, again, wake up in the morning and decide to keep working, decide to take action or not, decide to have a better mood even when everyone out there in the dating market is just like, they're lame, men are trash, this, that. Well, guess what? If you had an actual belief system that there's going to be a man for you, you're gonna get that relationship, then that would not be your mindset. Yes, okay, sometimes you're gonna feel down 100%, but if you're constantly down and you're looking at everything like it's so shitty, well, you need to check your belief system. Because this is the thing, when it comes to manifesting, and again, if you're not into manifesting, that's fine. If you just wanna think about manifesting as essentially you achieving your goals. How do we achieve our goals? It's not just through thinking, okay? It is through taking action. And how you take action is based off of what you believe that you can get in your life. And when you are constantly focused on the negative, that is going to affect what you believe that you can actually get in your life. When you look at everything like nothing is working out and every man is trash and I'm gonna be poor forever, okay, well, obviously that's gonna create more of a disbelief within yourself, which is going to affect your actions, which is gonna affect the results that you have in your life. So if you find that you are falling off of things constantly, if you keep giving up on yourself, your goals, your whatever, you really need to check your mindset. What is it that you believe about the thing that you're trying to work towards? Truly, do you believe that you could actually get that? What is the story that you have attached to that thing? And it's time to rewrite that story. And so as you guys can see this morning, I was journaling. I always journal every single morning. Sometimes doesn't flow as good as I want or doesn't feel the absolute best, but I still make sure that I sit down and journal. And what I was journaling was something very specific. And I like to call it self-concept journaling, but you can just like think about it as reprogramming your mind or reprogramming the story that you are telling yourself about something that is prevalent in your life, whatever it is. So this is the thing, like, depending on what it is that I want in my life that I'm working towards, or something that is currently happening in my life that I do not really love the way that it's working out, I do my best every single morning to reframe the way that I'm looking at these things. And I do that because let's say there's something that's crappy going on in my life. Well, I don't want to feel like crap about myself if somebody, let's say, is not showing up the way that I want in my life, or, you know, I'm feeling very uninspired with my YouTube, or like whatever it is, or like people are annoying me, whatever it is. Because that creates a lot of unhappiness. It makes me feel rejected if I'm talking about another person in relation to another person. Let's say like I'm feeling very uninspired. It might feel like, you know, I'm failing, or whatever it is. Whatever the circumstance is, it's creating a feeling state within me. And when I feel like crap in my life, I'm gonna continue to manifest things through that feeling state throughout my day, whether that be through the thoughts that I'm thinking, the actions that I'm taking or not taking, you know, sometimes even the behaviors that I have because I feel like I'm rejected. So then maybe I'm like double texting somebody, or like I'm starting a fight, whatever it is. You can literally see what you actually believe about something based off of your actions. It's actually insane. So I like to reframe how it is that I'm looking at a certain negative circumstance. And on top of that, if I'm trying to work towards something new, or a goal or whatever, maybe it's not necessarily the most negative thing, but maybe it creates a lot of self-doubt within me because I've never done it before. I'm afraid, like, can I even do this? I'm second guessing myself. So I like to reframe the way that I look at it by telling myself, like, yes, I can absolutely do this. There is so much room for growth. There's so much room for opportunity. I am absolutely so amazing. I have so much value that I bring to the world. Let's say if you're thinking about a relationship, let's say you're really trying to change your mindset around like the fact that yes, eventually you will get this beautiful relationship that you're so desperately wanting. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell myself, like, there is going to be a man out there for me. It doesn't make absolute any logical sense why every single man on earth would actually be a trash man. That is ridiculous. Like, think about that. Or like, let's say I'm trying to work towards having more money in my bank account. Maybe I'm telling myself the story of like, of course, as I get better and as I work on my skills, or as I bring more value to my audience, or create something that is, you know, people really love, of course I'm going to get compensated for that. Of course more money is going to come. And sometimes what I even like to do too, if I can't like really tell myself a new story, is I like to look at what other people have done and use their stories as confirmation of like, yes, this can absolutely happen. Or like, let's say people do find love even after divorce, or people do find love at the age of 30, or people do get pregnant and have kids and amazing whatever at the age of 35, even though everyone in society is telling you to have it at like 22, or you're like, whatever, you know, the red pill community is insane. Just things like that. Essentially, this is tapping into the law of assumption as well in a way. And the law of assumption is basically assuming that everything is working out for you. Everything is figure outable. Everything changes and evolves. You're really just assuming the best possible scenario for you. You're assuming that everything is a lesson. Everything is a part of your journey. Everything is going to make sense eventually. This is the thing. And this is so important when you're like focusing on something that's like negative in your life. You have to look at whatever is negative in your life. Like, I don't know how it is that I'm going to get out of this thing, or how this thing is going to change. Because sometimes you just can't comprehend how this person is going to show up differently in your life, or you're going to get love that you want, or you're going to get money, or you're going to get an opportunity. If you actually see right now that there's no possible way, you need to tell yourself a story of everything is changeable. Everything is constantly always changing. So I would suggest every single morning, whatever it is that you are currently focusing on that is creating more stress, anxiety, worry, doubt, fear, self-doubt, everything in your life, and things that you're trying to work towards as well, and recreate the story that you're telling yourself about that thing. First of all, just ask yourself, what is it that I believe, or what is it that I'm telling myself about this thing? You'll find that it's most likely a negative story, but this story is not going to get you to where you want to be. Believe me. Trust in all of me, even though you might not even know me and I'm just somebody on the internet. If you continue to perpetuate in a negative circumstance and a negative story, and you say, this is it for me, then that is gonna be it for you. If we're talking about the law of attraction, we're talking about law of assumption, your reality is seriously just based off of your own perception. So how is it that you are looking at something in your life right now? Because that is how your reality is going to start to conform to what it is that you're perceiving it to be. If you perceive it to be bad, it's going to be bad. If you perceive it to be the end all and it's fixed and nothing can change this, then that is what it's going to be. Okay, so that is my early morning preach. I need to continue to do some work today. I have to finish writing some of my book edits, We are just about to send in the first manuscript. If you're new here, I am writing a book, or well, it's already done. It's essentially already done. It's probably gonna come out maybe in like January. We'll see though. And I need to finish editing my podcast, which I also have a podcast if you're new here, the Glow Up Secrets podcast. You can find it on YouTube and Spotify or Apple. And I wanna go on a hot girl walk. I need to have a shower. I need to do some things. And then when I come back, I wanna talk about detaching from outcomes, because I feel like sometimes we get stuck with, okay, trying to change the story that we have towards something, but then we stay waiting for it to change. And that, my friend, we cannot do. So I'll see you soon. Hello guys, we are back and we are showered with the turban towel on. I keep saying that I need to buy new ones, but I'm just saying this in this video, so when I edit, I will put that order in on Amazon. And I also need to get this. This is literally just a message to my future self. I need to get this. I need to get more deodorant. I have native deodorant that I use on the days that I don't really need it, but sometimes like if I'm going out, I need this. By the way, this Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Body Oil Mist, it's on my Like to Know It. This has changed the whole entire game. Like, do I do a glow up type of video, like a product, a whole full body, like shower? I don't even know. Do you want that? Because I have some really good products that I feel like really just change the game. Anyways, I am gonna quickly do my skincare. We're gonna talk about detaching from the outcome. Quickly put on my toner from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm gonna put on this kombucha essence from Fresh. By the way, this shirt is from Aloe, and it is snatching the body where it needs to snatch. If you want it, it'll be linked on my Like to Know It as well. So the thing is, when it comes to like our goals and like thinking about our future self, sometimes we obsess so much over our goals, which on one hand is a great thing, right? Like we want to think about having our goals in our forefront, our mood boards, our everything. Like even in the morning when we're thinking about having like our future version of ourselves and how that's going to feel and how that's going to look, the whole new story. But then there comes a point where you have to kind of detach from the need to have it right now, because what will end up happening when you focus like too much on the specific outcome that you are trying to get, you essentially kind of subconsciously tell yourself just how much that you don't have that right now. And the more times you think about something that you don't have, you end up being in this energy of lack, of like, you don't have this. And so what you really want to do after you're done journaling in the morning is, okay, well, what would the version of me that has whatever it is that I wrote down in my journal, you know, has the healthy relationship, has the commitment, is happy within herself, loves herself, has this YouTube channel, has a successful business, whatever it is, you want to ask yourself, well, if I was that person, what would I do in my day, and how would I think and how would I feel? Well, most likely somebody who, let's say, is in a loving, committed relationship. Would they, after journaling, go sit on their phone and check and see if the guy that they really like looked at their story or liked their photo? No, because they would know that he has liked or watched the story, and it doesn't matter because he's there. Like, there's no checking to see if you still like me energy, because you don't do that when you're in a healthy, committed relationship, because you're committed to and you believe that like this person is not going anywhere. So instead of you obsessing over that guy, what you probably would be doing is completely not think about that person, right? But think about that person in a very favorable way and continue to put your energy towards yourself and whatever it is that you have to do. Is it school? Is it going to meet up with your friends? Is it working on projects? Like, what is it that you would actually be doing? And well, it wouldn't be obsessing or second guessing or like doing weird behaviors. Same thing goes as somebody who's really healthy and fit and who has the dream body. Well, in the morning, after she journals, she would have her coffee, she would have her pre-workout, she would have whatever, and she would just go to the gym. She wouldn't be like second guessing, she wouldn't be negotiating with herself. She would maybe have a really good playlist and she would get very pumped up. She'd be somewhat excited. Again, not everyone's perfect and the fitness girls are not always the most motivated, but at the end of the day, it's a normal part of her day to get up and go to the gym. There wouldn't be no negotiating. There wouldn't be like, oh, like, I wonder if I'm gonna get this this result at the gym if I go today or not, or like how many more workouts is it gonna take for me to get the body. No, the person who has the body goes to the gym regularly because that's just what they do. It's not even about like, oh, I need to change. It's I've already changed and I'm amazing and I take care of myself. Like somebody who's really successful on YouTube, what is it that they do? Well, they probably don't sit around questioning, should I film today or should I not? Or am I even good enough to film today or not? Or like, oh, well, what if I say this one thing and nobody likes it? No, a YouTuber gets up and they turn on the camera and they film whatever it is that they want to talk about and they back themselves. Now, again, this doesn't mean that you're going to be 100%, especially at the beginning, but it's like, what actions would that person actually be doing? The YouTuber who's successful doesn't sit in their bed and scroll on Pinterest and just like, hope and pray that they're gonna become a YouTuber. They actually take that action. They, even if it's not like filming, okay, well, what are the first steps of becoming a YouTuber? Maybe it's doing some research. Maybe it's trying to figure out like, okay, what topics am I gonna talk about? What niche, what pillar, how I'm gonna edit my videos, finding somebody who teaches me how to edit my videos, where to find my music, how to make my thumbnails, like all of these things. That's what that person would be doing. So you just have to think about the person that I want to be. What actions would they be taking? And I can guarantee you, it's not focusing on what they don't have and how they're not a YouTuber, how they don't have the dream body and sitting and dwelling. No, they're taking action. I also think is hard for us to do when it comes to detaching from the outcome is one, obviously, if you really deep down don't believe that you're going to become this new version of you, have the money, have the relationship, it is a belief that you hold subconsciously, and you really need to change that belief by sitting down and journaling and telling yourself a new story and being like, I can do this, it will happen, this is why it will happen. But on top of that, I do think that when our process, like us taking action in our current life, is not enjoyable, it's no wonder we hyper obsess about just really wanting to get to the end goal, right? Because it's not comfortable right now. It's crappy, it's not fun. So it's so important that you learn how to enjoy your process of becoming this person that you really want to be. And this brings it back to thinking about when sometimes we do fall off of our goals outside of maybe the story that we tell ourselves or our belief systems. Sometimes the wellness practices or the day-to-day habits that we have or our current environment is very uninspiring, is not enjoyable. So let's think about workouts. Do workouts that you like to do and that you enjoy doing and that you can be consistent at doing. This is important because you tend to fall off less when you're doing things that you actually like to do. Even for me, I love going on hot girl walks. I actually don't use my hot girl walks as like a form of exercise. Like I do weight training and I do like mobility and all that kind of stuff. But of course I could count that for sure as a lot of movement throughout my week. I walk a lot, but it's so easy for me to do that because I genuinely enjoy going on a walk. I'm not attached to what the walk is going to do for me, which would be maybe getting me fit, but as a result of me actually loving to walk, of course it keeps me fit. Of course it does. And on top of that, I make it even more enjoyable by, choosing my favorite podcast of the week, or I listen to music, or I talk to my friends. Like I make it really cute. I romanticize things. I go to different areas of Toronto where I love to see the scenery. I love going to the water. I love going into areas where it's like coffee shop vibes or just whatever it is, whatever energy or like self-concept type of vibe identity that I really want to step into, I'll go into those places and really embody that. Or even thinking about your morning routines, like Stop making it so dreadful. Stop doing things that you literally hate doing and start doing the things that you really love doing. So for me, I love doing self-concept journaling in the morning and refocusing my mind on what it is that I actually want in my life, because that makes me feel good. I love thinking about this person that I'm becoming and all the success that I'm going to get in my life. I also love to listen to different podcasts or YouTubers that really inspire me and motivate me. I love listening to certain music in my mornings. I don't decide to talk to people who annoy me or like bombard myself with like crappy social media that like doesn't do anything for me. I really honestly become laser focused and create a very strict mental diet and decide every single morning what it is that I'm going to let into my mind, and it better be something that makes me feel good. I even think about, let's say, school. I'm not going back to school right now, but I do have a back to school episode on the podcast if you need advice for that. But even thinking about school could definitely be something where it's like very dreadful, right? Or even like going back to work or whatever, you know, the fall season, mornings are darker and like more cold, things like that. Romanticize the shit out of this phase of your life. Like literally find the outfits that make you feel inspired, get a playlist, do a mood board, make plans with your friends of like, oh, every single month we're gonna do this themed like Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving or like whatever season that you're in. Like really romanticize your life, because it's just gonna make it so much easier for you to continue to show up and to really become this person that you wanna be, and to not focus on the negative circumstances. This is the thing. Even when I was in really, really bad circumstances in my life, I made sure that my room was beautiful, that like every single morning I had a certain routine that made me feel the best, going to the gym, getting outside of my house, which was really, really toxic. I would make sure that I was only listening to podcasts that made me feel inspired and motivated. I always made sure like every Sunday I was writing out my goals for the week, and I was having this whole plan of how I was gonna take action towards my dream life, like everything like that. You seriously have to do that, especially when you have really crappy situations. But what we like to do is focus on the shit. Focus on how everything is going wrong. And because everything is going wrong, I can't be happy right now. That is not how we are going to live our lives. And even let's take like relationships, right? Let's say somebody's not showing up the way that you want them to in your current life. You can decide that you are rejected and that they don't like you and that, you know, like you're crap or they're crap, or, you know, it's never gonna be how you want. Or you could reframe your mind about the situation and tell yourself, this person, the way that they're acting has nothing to do with me. I can actually still have an amazing day. Their actions is not a form of rejection to me. If I feel rejection, it's because I have decided to stay in this rejection state. I don't need to wait for them to text me to feel better. I don't need to wait for them to tell me something or save me or make me happy. I can be happy right now by doing X, Y, and Z that I know will make me happy, and continue to move on with your life. And what you will find is, because this is how it works with the law of attraction, when you are in a certain vibration, meaning you are somebody who is abundant, happy, you're radiating this love, you are happy and grateful and just present right now in this moment, you are going to attract the same type of vibration, okay? So you are not going to recreate the same shitty circumstances that you once did when you were in this vibration. You are gonna only be a match to people who are giving you love, who are giving you attention, who are thinking that you are amazing, who want to give you everything. Why? Because you're already residing in that energy. You have to become the change before you see it reflected outside of yourself. But what we do is we are in this low negative state and we're waiting to get the love, waiting to get the abundance, waiting to get the money. No, you have to change your vibration and come up here. How do you change your vibration? You start to feel good in your day-to-day. How do you do that? You romanticize your life. You start to enjoy the things that you do have. Stop worrying about the negative circumstances. They're going to change. They're going to shift. Change your story around the thing that you are currently obsessed with. And of course, practice detachment throughout your day, reminding yourself you don't need to have that relationship right now in this moment. You don't need to have that text right now in this moment for you to feel happy, for you to believe that you will get it eventually. It is coming. Okay, the last thing that I think is absolutely critical so that you stop falling off of your goals is to stop having time urgency. And this is what I mean. There are so many of us who want things and we want it now. And when we don't see that we are getting what it is that we want, we start to give up. We start to self-doubt. We start to second guess. And now when you work on your beliefs and the stories that you tell yourself every single morning, you will find you have less time urgency and less of this energy of like, I need it now, because you will have a belief system of it's gonna come eventually, so I don't need to worry about things. So when you do feel like you have a lot of time urgency and like you're waiting, you're wondering when things are gonna change, you're wondering when you're gonna get the money, you're wondering X, Y, and Z, you're like when you're gonna become this, whatever, that is a good indicator that you should go back to your belief system and ask yourself, why do I feel like I need this thing in order for me to feel happy? Why do I feel like I need to have this thing or I'm not gonna be okay right now? Do I even believe that I can get this thing? And what you'll usually find is that belief system is actually not favorable. You've probably gone to your old belief system. And this is another thing that you need to understand when it comes to reprogramming your mind and, you know, not dropping off of your goals so much is it's going to take practice. This is why I literally do this every single morning. I do my journaling. I'm constantly being aware of when my mind wants to go to the old version of me and thinking like self-doubt and she's not gonna get what she wants and X, Y, and Z. Because you have to think about this. Your mind has been looping on crappy beliefs basically all of your life. So it's not gonna be like, oh, 1 week of journaling and then I'm gonna just become my dream person and I can just like assume myself to be this person now. Like, no, you're gonna have to continue to work on this. It's gonna get easier, absolutely, but you need to have this be a practice for yourself. I feel like even when it comes to health and wellness or anything, right? Anything that we know that is going to yield us a certain result. We'll try it for a little bit, but when we don't see the results right then, we give up. When really our goal would come if we just stopped giving up. If we just stopped giving up on ourselves, our dreams, our truest desire. Now it's understandable why we give up a lot of times, right? Because we've never seen it happen before. Maybe, you know, like people are telling us that it can't be true. There's so much shitty messaging in society saying like, you have to do things this way or not at all. You have to burn yourself out in order to be successful, all of these things. And it's gonna be, again, up to you to make sure that you're laser focused and you're not listening to all the noise outside of you. And I can tell you, I can guarantee you, the people who are successful, the people who are happy, the people who have good relationships, who, whatever it is that you want, I can guarantee you they have a more optimistic mindset. Those are the people who have never given up on themselves. If you listen to their story, I can guarantee you they didn't just start from the top. They started from the bottom. They started from the rags to riches, regardless if, you know, they were really rags and now they're really rich, whatever, it doesn't matter. They always have a story. It's the ones who have never gotten anything in their lives anyways. It's the ones who have given up on themselves, the ones who continue to fail, the ones who maybe they're not where they want to be right now, so they want to bring you down with them so that they don't feel like it's like a threat, like you're a threat. And realistically, the more positive and happy that you are, you're really just a reflection to them of what they are not, and people don't like that. So remember, if people are trying to bring you down or if you hear outside noise, ignore it. It's irrelevant. It is not gonna get you where you want to be. Now, coming back to detaching from outcomes and like not having time urgency. I was watching a like lifestyle influencer the other day and she was showing her Charlotte Tilbury PR package that she had gotten. And it was a bunch of lip products and they're really beautiful and amazing. And it reminded me of when I got Charlotte Tilbury PR as well. They sent me a bunch of skincare and I was like floored. Because Charlotte Tilbury is a very good brand and it's high end and it's just like, oh my gosh, me, I'm getting that? Like on top of all the other PR I get, it's amazing. I'm so grateful and whatever. And I even remember the times where I so badly looked up to influencers and I wanted the brand deals and like I wanted the PR and everything like that. And I didn't try too hard to work towards getting that, but I even see some of the upcoming influencers who come to me and ask me for advice. They always tend to ask me like, how do you get the brand deals? Or like, how do I get on PR lists? And I'm like, listen, it's not that you can't have that and you shouldn't have that as a goal, but if you're only focusing on that, then that's you really focusing on the thing that you don't have so much that you end up actually repelling things. And the moment you let go is the moment that those things actually come to you. And this is really what I mean. When I stopped thinking about money money, and I know it's difficult. Like, I'm not gonna say you should never think about money, obviously. But when I really did stop hyper focusing on money or like brand deals or PR or all the fun and amazing things that come with, let's say, being a content creator, because that's my profession in a way. Instead, I started to focus on the actual process of me being a content creator who provides value to other people, and trusting that all the brands are gonna come to me, the money's gonna come to me, the PR, the whatever I want is gonna come to me. That's when it came to me. I didn't have to work hard to get people to send me things the way that I thought that I did, the way that I see other people do. And this is not to say, of course, you're not gonna take some sort of action. Like, I'm with a talent manager now. Obviously, the action of me becoming a content creator allowed me to then obviously get the brand deals. So I had to take some sort of action, but it's not usually the action that we think. It's almost like, you know, when you try and chase a guy so much to get him to see how worthy of you are of his love, or you just want him so bad. It never works like that. It's always when you put the energy towards yourself and you become the best version of yourself, that's when they come. And that's really being in feminine energy and in law of attraction and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, let's bring it back to the girl that I was watching the other day. So I saw her PR and I was thinking, oh, like, I've gotten PR from Charlotte Tilbury before, but in my head, I had this belief for a moment, and I catch this belief that I was holding with myself. I was like, oh, that would be so nice. Like, I wish that I could be a girl who constantly gets PR from this company. And because this is the thing, I kind of have in my head, and this is something I should probably change, but I have in my head that sometimes, like, what brands will do is they'll just like send influencers a one-off PR, and they'll never really like send them anything ever again. But then there's some brands who will consistently always send that person the same PR. Now, usually it's because maybe that person's in skincare niche or in their makeup niche, and they're always using their products. So obviously you're gonna get sent more of those products, but sometimes you just get sent them regardless all the time, or not at all, whatever. And so in my head, I was looking at myself as an influencer who doesn't get consistent PR from a brand like Charlotte Tilbury, because in my head, I'm also like, it's high end. Like, the odds of me continuously getting stuff like that is crazy. Like, I know some girls get like YSL PR, things like that. And by the way, I really don't think about this every day, all day. Like, I really do not. This is just something that comes with the job, and it's so amazing and I love it. But as I was witnessing that limiting belief a little bit, as I was watching that girl, I was like, don't tell yourself that you'll never get it again. Like, you probably will. Like, honestly, just keep doing you. Keep, like, you know, if you love skincare, keep posting about skincare. If you love your videos, like, keep doing everything that you're doing, just keep doing it at the best of your abilities, and everything will come. Anything that you want in this life, you will get. And of course, because I've done this for so many years, I've manifested so many things in my life. I've literally created my dream life based off of the way that I think and perceive about things. So it wasn't that hard for me to like change that belief in that moment. I was like, I'll get it, whatever. Guess what I just got in the mail? Charlotte Tilbury skincare. And listen, I had no idea that I was getting this. When I even thought about that, I thought about, oh, eventually I'll get it, but I knew the importance of, when it comes to like getting something that you really desire in your life, to let it go, let it go, let it go, and it will come to you. And lo and behold, this happened like 2 days ago that I was thinking about this, and I just got it today. I just got a package. I was like, because I'm waiting for another package for a brand deal that I'm doing, so I was kind of hoping it was that. And then I looked at it, and I didn't know what it was from. A lot of the packages I don't know. And then I saw in the fine print in the elevator as I was just like sitting here like looking at it, and then it said Charlotte Tilbury, and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And like, honestly, thinking about all of the current brands that I'm working with, like even Aloe, I'm not gonna try and like boost myself here or anything like that, but I know a lot of girls that are trying really hard to work with Aloe, and it doesn't mean that they do not deserve it, but it also doesn't mean that I don't deserve working with Aloe. But I didn't have to really try, and they reached out to me, and now I'm gonna be working with them, and they sent me this. They sent me a lot of things, actually. Maybe I'll show you guys. They sent me this, I've already talked about it, and these leggings, like the low-rise little leggings. They also sent me, and by the way, when I mean they sent me, this order I actually did pick out because I'm gonna be doing a brand deal with them. I didn't pick out that like skincare, and the PR you don't pick out, you just get sent it. But I chose this like Sherpa jacket, which is so cute for the fall. They sent me a mat. They sent me a visor, some socks, and I think that's it. And again, I'm gonna be doing work for them, so like that's fine. But I didn't have to try hard at all. But the intention that I have been setting in general is I want to work with more brands that align to what it is that I would actually wear, what I really love, their like brand messaging. Like Aloe is such a great company. Like all of these things, I just have a thought and I have a desire and I tell myself that I can get that desire. I let it go. I decide to become that version of me who would eventually actually be able to work with Aloe, which means for me, being an influencer and creating consistent content that would align with what Aloe is looking for. And lo and behold, they come to me. I didn't have to work super hard for that. And that is how it's always been. And one more thing, because we're on the topic of brands right now. Okay, you see all these sweaters. There's a purple one, blue, pink, whatever, light blue, this. These are all White Fox hoodies, okay? And I have more. I have like a few more. And I have an outfit too. So I have been in my hoodie era. I love the hoodie vibes. Like you guys know, you guys are always commenting on my podcast when I wear the hoodies, like love the color, love the hoodie look on you, whatever. These type of hoodies I really, really love. And so I went on White Fox and I bought 2 of them because like I just wanted them. And then I was thinking like, no, this is a brand I'd want to work with because I absolutely love their leisurely things. Like I absolutely love them. And then I was like, you know what? Okay, then that's what I get to do. I get to work with them if that's what I want, because why not? Why can't I? It would make perfect sense for me to work with them. Tell me how after about 2 weeks of setting that intention, of just being like, I absolutely literally love these sweaters, like I need more of them and like I really want to work with them, I didn't actually do anything. I posted a photo, which I don't even know if they saw or not. They inboxed me and they said, hey, we want to work with you. And they ended up talking to my talent management. They allowed me to pick out a bunch of items from their site. And now I have all the hoodies that I need for the winter time. And now somebody could look at my situation, and I know a lot of people who have like negative limiting beliefs mindsets. They'd be like, oh no, you got lucky, or oh no, it's because you're an influencer that you get all these things. On one hand, absolutely, it's because I'm an influencer, but that's because I took action and I'm actually providing value to people and I'm putting myself out there. I'm becoming the version of me who gets these things in their lives. Influencers get things sent to them. That's what happens. And on top of that, they work with a lot of brands and they get to have a really fun with their campaigns and whatever. So if that's something that you want to do, you don't want to look at yourself and be like, oh no, it can't be me. Why not? Why not? Don't focus on all the extra stuff that will come. Become the version of you who actually has what they want. So what would you be talking about? What would you be helping people with? If you already had all the brands, if you had all the clothes, if you had all the money, what would you be doing? How would you be feeling? That is the energy that I always channel before I get anything. And the more times I get solid in that energy, the more things come to me so quickly and so effortlessly that it literally blows my mind. And you know, it's hard to detach from your goals. And that's why there's some things that do take longer than others, because you can't stop thinking about it, of course, right? And that's why it's always so important to continue to take action in your life and like forget about it in a way. Just forget about it. I'm good. We're good. I'm good here. I don't need the thing. And you focus on who you really want to be. And those things will tend to come to you a lot quicker. And now I did make a journal guide. It's a digital journal guide. I'll have it linked down below, and it's called Heal to Manifest. I think that's important if you really are interested in manifesting, because I guess this video kind of turned into like a manifestation video in a way. I didn't really mean it to be, but whatever. But the reason why that I'm saying maybe potentially get that journal guide is because I do think that the process of manifesting and getting what you want in your life is essentially healing and changing your belief system. And so I made a guide that allows you to kind of move through your limiting beliefs and ways in which that you can reprogram yourself so that you can actually believe the things that you want in your life are attainable. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one getting in your way. And I know it looks like every single thing in your life right now, the negative circumstance, those are the things that are getting in your way. But I promise you, from life experience, from all the things that I've gone through, and if you don't know my story, then keep watching my content. You can actually get past the crappy things that are in your reality right now, and you can become a whole new person. I would also suggest you watch my video on how my life became my Pinterest board. That has more of my story and more of the techniques that I use to get through really crappy situations in my life. But yeah, I think that is everything. I rambled a lot. Let me know what type of content that you guys want this fall on the channel. Honestly, like I need to do like a whole closet clean out. I know it's kind of like random, but but I need to do it and like change my environment a little bit for fall. I kind of already did for my living room, but I want to like go through everything in my closet and stuff, and maybe we could just like chat about something. I don't freaking know. I also am going to make a whole video dedicated to how to change your self-concept and become like a new version of you this fall. I kind of did that, well, I did do that for the summer, but I want to add some more self-concept stuff because I have a whole new mood board for fall, and it's really nice to see how you end up becoming the person on your board if you just understand how to actually do that, which is your self-concept, which is the stuff that I'm talking about in this video. I feel like for so many years of my life, I used to make vision boards and like scroll on Pinterest, but I never became that person because I was missing the very act of becoming that version now. I was waiting to be that person, and you don't wait, you become it now. You become her now. How would she think? What would she be doing in her life if she had everything that she wanted, if you had everything that you wanted? And I know it's hard. I know, because you know, the things that you're focusing on, it's a way of trying to survive, right? You're trying to feel safe. And I think that it's a process, but if you can slowly every single day not hyper focus on the shit circumstances and slowly add like one practice in your day every single day that you're going to do to help you refocus your attention on something better, watch your life change. It will change. This wasn't me. This wasn't me all of my life. I promise you that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you guys in the next one, and have a good day. Bye.